Disturbing videos began circulating around, displaying assault from a campus officer. I will say that that student was me. I was choked by a police campus officer, by the people who were hired to protect us. I am a black girl at a black college. I came to this HBCU to escape the oppression of the world, and here I am being physically hurt at a peaceful protest. The chaos has been created by administration. This chaos has been exemplified and introduced by Howard Security. Why? Why? Our demands are not demanding.
Argentina, 1976 to 1983. Tiananmen Square, 1989. Mexico, 2014. You needn't look far throughout modern history to see the pattern. Students lead revolutions. The voices of the youth remain a formidable foe against the violence of the status quo. Their courage and resilience cost many their very lives. The revolution continues today as many Black students across America are speaking up and fighting back against unjust, unfair experiences and conditions forced upon them at both PWI and HBCU campuses.
Hi, I'm Keisha, and I go to Lemoyne College in Livingston City. I'm a senior. I withdrew from class because of homelessness. Now, I'd ask myself, am I not important because I'm not an organization and I'm not an athlete? But let's get to the important part of it. I am homeless. I sleep at the park down the street from the school. I have peed outside. I have took a outside. Yes, I had to do that. I have had days where I don't go eat. I have anything to drink. I've lost a lot of clothes and shoes, MCAT prep materials. I had to throw my laptop away. Yeah, they did have mold in the dorms. And did I get sick? Yes. This needs to be discussed. There's a lot going on around me, but how do I feel about this? I feel betrayed by my own people. I am a Black African American female. I already have 2 strikes against me, which is being Black and being a female. But I am disappointed. My favorite teacher reached out to me before they even did. My favorite teacher did not show any animosity towards me, or he was not embarrassed to speak to me and talk to me and have conversation. I am willing to transfer. I have said this several times. I'm willing to transfer to another state, go to another school. I got 103 credits. I got to retake some courses because I got some F's now, but you need 120 to graduate. I'm willing to move to another state just to do better. If you have any resources, please let me know. I am a great individual, and I will post my link.
Homelessness and housing are major issues for Black students who, because of the racial wealth gap in America, may not have the same support system as many non-Black students. I stand in solidarity with these students as someone who aged out of foster care and faced homelessness and racial abuse at PWIs throughout undergrad and my graduate school experiences. The very serious function of racism is distraction. If I can't focus, then I am paying for a complete college experience that I am not receiving. That is absolutely unacceptable and can no longer be tolerated. We've given too much. We pay too much and sacrifice too much to continue to be failed by the lack of racial progress at America's colleges and universities. Recently, Black students at Umass took to social media to speak out about a racist incident that occurred on their campus.
To share something with you guys. It's utterly disgusting, and this is just your warning. Hello, Black students of our campus. We are writing to you from a group sharing the sentiments of many students on campus, of all races and creed except yours, to inform you what we think of the Negro, that lovely N-word you hate, African Americans on campus. We are naturally writing from a non-student account so that we are not victimized by predictable cries of racism and not being inclusive. We expect the first thing you will do is cry to the administration and media. We look down upon you. We instantly know in all manners from your language, which most of you still speak in some broken form of Ebonics, or to ghetto speak to where you're from, third world sewers in America brought and paid for by the U.S. taxpayer, to how you live like hood rats, to how you appear, fro hair, big lips, black skin. You are different. Regarding your intelligence, you are clearly stupid. While not all students know the average IQ of a black person is 75, it is abundantly clear that you possess a lacking intelligence along with an elementary grasp of subjects that most of us learned in high school. Herein lays the problem with your presence at our college. You simply did not get here on merit. Believe it or not, students are not the only ones who think this and know this. It is a common fact that a black person can score hundreds of points lower on an SAT, but also professors and teachers' assistants. I am sure you can see it in their faces and behavior towards you. The only reason 99% of black students are at Umass is because you were given an easy pass, and this applies to every other post-secondary. We ain't even finished. Institution, not only do you lack intellectual chops, you never truly fit in on campus culture or any clique on campus. And the only reason we engage with you is out of fear for being called racist and your forced imposition. White people, Asians, Hispanics, almost none of us truly want to interact with you. We only do so because it is required. The entire history of black people in the U.S., unlike every other superior ethnic group, literally every other single one, including Asians who are richer and more educated than whites, is one imposition on our society. Every cry, every whine, every demand stems from a place of rejection. You must beg the rest of society to accept you and allow you in, because otherwise we would never interact with you. The natural inclination has not subsided. You people should seriously consider doing the human race a favor and getting sterilized. I'm not being facetious. You should consider undergoing a surgical procedure to remove your gonads, thereby sparing human race exposure to your DNA. The world will thank you. Thank you for reading our letter. UMass Coalition for a Better Society. It makes no damn sense why this isn't receiving the proper exposure. But make sure you tag that college UMass right now. Pick up the administration and send emails. Do what you need to do in order to spread the word on this. It makes no sense why Gen Z always have to be the ones to come together for them to actually take fucking action.
The UMass Coalition for a Better Society is quite frankly run by an idiot. Whomever sent out this email needs to stay in school because they have very poor writing skills. The UMass chancellor promised a full forensic investigation of the email and also had this to say. If the source is someone in the campus community, that person will face severe university sanctions up to and including expulsion or employment termination, as well as a referral to the district attorney for criminal prosecution. We all need to do our part to continue placing pressure on this administration to fulfill the promise they stated, to find this troll and to make campus a safe space for all of its students. The author of this very poorly written email may even be a POC themselves with an intense yearning for proximity and acceptance to whiteness that they will never obtain. Up next, let's discuss the student protests taking place at Howard University.
President Biden's HBCU funding proposal falls from $45 billion to $2 billion. Now, a lot of headlines like this one right here is talking about that the spending plan has been dropped due to Democratic infighting. And my question is, how in the hell is Democratic beef coming at the expense of black education? Especially, we know that Biden had the Lift Every Voice and Sing plan where he was able to acknowledge disparities within education. To me, it seems as if he's perpetuating or adding to this education disparity when he cuts the funding significantly from $45 billion to $2 billion, especially seeing that since he's been in office, how much money has been given the state of Israel? How much money did we give to Afghans? But when it comes to black Americans, people that was born, raised here in the country, we get the short end of the stick.
For the past 2 weeks, students at Howard have taken over the University Student Center to protest deplorable substandard living conditions. The ramifications of this pandemic has seen many American college students paying full price for perfunctory college experience. Howard students have taken to social media to share their experiences. Many attest to dormitories infested with rats and roaches, as well as severe mold that has made many sick and forced many others to have to live outside in tents. All of this while being forced to pay full price in tuition, $50,000 a year.
I'm a freshman. My name is Shayla Robinson. As y'all know, if you follow me, I'm here at Howard University in Tent City at the Blackburn Takeover. And normally, like I said, I don't do this, but it's time to speak up at this point. I'm a freshman at Howard University, and I have experienced some of the most challenging things in these 2 months I have been here. I have friends personally who are out of a home. Their belongings have been damaged to the point where they can no longer use them, or they no longer exist from mold exposure. People who are in the hospital coughing up blood right now because they cannot breathe with what they've been exposed to. I personally didn't have Wi-Fi for the first month that I was here, and because of that, I am now 5 weeks behind in all of my classes. But this is not something that I can fix alone. I need anybody who sees this to repost. If you see the hashtag Blackburn Takeover, I need you to repost it. I need you to share it. I need you to comment and like and share as much as you possibly can. And from now on, it is my responsibility as a student here to inform those of you who are planning on applying, because I've seen so many people planning to apply here. Do not apply here.
Students also said that they were sent emails stating that they would face expulsion for protesting, though that was also disputed by the university. While the university's response is that it is doing all that it can to meet the demands of protesters, students still feel left out in the cold, literally.
And I have actually family members that go to this school, and it's affecting my family knowing that there are kids in there living in mold. So I'm here. I live right across the street, so I was able to come and help with food. And so that's what I did. That's why I'm here.
I saw you coming out of your trunk, bringing a lot of food and saying you're coming back. Is that true?
Yes, I'll be back in a little while. We got some other people in the ward that help out, Ward 1 Mutual Aid. And so everybody's pooling their resources together to help these kids out. And I'm just doing what I can. I'm not able to do a lot, but I'm able to do a little bit of running. So that's what I'm doing.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Thanks for everybody and anybody who can come out and help these kids out. They shouldn't have to be paying $50,000, $60,000 a year and living in mold. Okay? We need help. We need backup.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A brilliant doctoral student at Howard has found the private company responsible for the maintenance and infrastructure upkeep of the dorms at Howard University. A link with the results of her findings is available in the description box below. Enough of the runaround. Everyone responsible for the housing and safety of these students needs to be held accountable. And you, Black student, revolutionary, keep shining. You remain an example of excellence for all of America. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for watching.